What's going on, everybody? This is your W.O.F. Outlook and discussion for Wednesday, July 19th, 2023. And before we get into today's video, I hope everyone is doing well, remaining positive, and is always staying blessed. All right, you guys, taking a look at the tropics this morning. It's looking like the tropics may be starting to try to heat back up, you guys. We do have dying here across the central Atlantic, across the subtropics here. And the National Hurricane Center does have a new area of interest highlighted across the tropical Atlantic. So if you haven't done so already, you guys consider subscribing here at your Weather on the Fly as the National Hurricane Center comes out with their advisories. I have them posted here right for you guys in nice graphical animational form so everyone can stay up to date and weather aware, you guys. Now we're going to take a look at Don here first, you guys. And Don is poised to intensify over the next day or so here as it continues to move south and then start to turn towards the west and west northwest over warmer waters, you guys. But again, eventually Don is going to get far enough north to where the waters are going to cool again. Um, Upper level winds, sorry about that, you guys. Upper level winds are going to increase, and that is going to cause Don to weaken and meet his demise that he's as he continues to move on out of the Atlantic after going through this big loop de loop, you guys, here across the central Atlantic. We do have dry air still ruling the game here across much of the Atlantic basin, you guys, which is why development is not going on at the moment. But maybe in the next few days, you guys, as we do have, as you can see, the intertropical convergence zone is fairly busy here. And the National Hurricane Center do believe that an area of low pressure could possibly form here. And as you guys can see, it's going to be riding very far low in the latitude. So that means the Lesser Antilles Islands will have to pay attention here, you guys, as we move on throughout this week, you guys. Now, as we go ahead into the Caribbean, you can see no development is expected with a big, huge upper level low that's over the Northwest Caribbean, and that is producing nothing but shear here. So no development is expected, and that is look at the Gulf of Mexico, you guys. Look at all this dry air. There is no type of development within the next 7 days. Here across the Eastern Pacific, you guys, we do have an area of low pressure that the National Hurricane Center is monitoring. It does have a medium chance of development of becoming Dora here, something we will continue to watch. And also, as you can see, Calvin's track here, which started way out here in the far eastern Pacific and has moved his way right on to just south of Hawaii, you guys. And what we're about to do real quick is transfer to goal 17 real quick. And as you can see here, you guys, Calvin is basically just a remnant of just a few showers and thunderstorms here blowing up over the big island of Hawaii. So continue to watch out for some downpours and some gusty winds as this disturbance continues to move on out, you guys. But Calvin is just about done, and we don't have to worry about him anymore, you guys. Now, as we take it back to the lower 48, as we're done with the tropics for now, until some more stuff starts to develop, you guys, to the lower 48, as we all know, severe season just keeps on giving. And yet again, we do have a slight risk. The Storm Prediction Center does have a slight risk here from parts of the extreme northern Texas, Oklahoma panhandles, all the way on up to Minnesota here, you guys, just about to the U.S. Canadian border, as we do have an upper level system that is spinning here across parts of Canada that is pushing towards the east, southeast, southeast, and that is what's going to trigger some of this severe weather here up across parts of Minnesota is in Wisconsin here, as well as a system that's coming out of the Rockies as well, an upper level system that's going to be the trigger for this severe weather across Nebraska, Kansas, and parts of the Oklahoma and Texas panhandle. And as you can see, a marginal risk does encompass all the way to about the Carolinas here, you guys, South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, up into the mid-Atlantic. So we will definitely be on the lookout for this severe weather. Other than that, you can see, you guys, the temperatures are baking here across Texas, Louisiana, across the South. Do have some cooler temperatures up here across parts of the Northwest, you guys, but it's the summertime. It's going to warm up fairly quickly, you guys. And look here across the Northeast. It's already darn near 80 degrees here in New York, you guys. So, yes, summertime is in full effect. Now, as we pause this and get to the surface map, I mean, I keep saying the surface map, you guys. We're already on the surface map. As I take the surface plots off so we can get to the convective outlook, This error message stop popping up, you guys. All right, let's see. All right, let's see one more, one more. All right, you guys. Now here we go, and as you can see, the slight risk that does go from the extreme northern Texas, Oklahoma panhandles up towards Minnesota, and also another small slight risk here for extreme southern Illinois, western Kentucky, on down into parts of west central Tennessee, you guys, for that severe weather. As we check the probability of what these storms could be up to, we do have a 5% right of a couple tornadoes here possibly up across parts of Minnesota and Wisconsin, you guys. A 2% chance here across east central Nebraska, and also a 2% chance here across parts of Tennessee, extreme northern Alabama, northwest Georgia, and parts of extreme western Kentucky, you guys. So we will be on the lookout for a few tornadoes. Hail across the slight risk area. We do have a 15% chance of that hail pushing 1 to 1.5 inch in diameter. A 5% chance of that possibly hail all the way towards the mid-Atlantic states here, across parts of South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, getting on up into parts of New Jersey. As we take a look at the wind probability, we have a 15% chance across the slight risk of those winds pushing 50 to 60, gusting as high as 70, maybe even 75 miles per hour, you guys. No significant tornadoes. That is good news. We do have 2 areas of significant hail, possibly here across parts of east central Nebraska, and as well, again, as parts of east central Minnesota and western Wisconsin for that hail pushing 2 to 3 inches in diameter. We'll definitely be on the lookout for that, and no significant wind at the moment, so that is all good news. Now, as we take a look at the HRRR to see just how these storms are going to continue to materialize throughout the next 48 hours. And here at your weather on the fly, you guys, we start at 12 o'clock as we go through the HRRR, and let's see how these storms start to materialize. All right, you guys, by the time we get to the noon hour, you can already see showers and thunderstorms are starting to develop here across parts of Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa, and even here probably across parts of northwest Wisconsin. Already going to have some showers starting to be ongoing. Look here around the central Tennessee, Nashville area. Heavy cluster of showers that could be producing some flash flooding as well. Look here across parts of North Carolina and Virginia coastal waters. Some intense cells look like they could be possibly developing, which could produce some locally damaging winds and isolated hail. We move on to about 5 in the afternoon, you guys. Let's see. All right, as it loads, you can see here, you guys, look here across eastern Colorado, getting into central Nebraska and parts of northwest Kansas. Look at these cells starting to form. All hazards will be possible. Even here up across parts of northern Minnesota, you guys, look at these heavy cells that's starting to develop. All hazards will definitely be possible with these cells as well. So definitely we will be on the lookout here, and as well as for some isolated instances of heavy rain that could lead to flash flooding. Here across parts of the Carolina coastal waters, yet again, we will have these heavy showers and thunderstorms developing, you guys. Even a few showers and thunderstorms increasing in intensity and coverage here across parts of the Florida's peninsula, here around the Tampa Bay, Orlando, down to Miami area, could see some showers this afternoon. We head into the evening hours about 9, 10 o'clock, and let's see what these storms are doing, you guys. All right, as we get it to low, now you can see the storms are starting to increase in intensity and coverage here across parts of southwest Kansas, the Oklahoma, Texas panhandle, extending on into parts of southeast Nebraska, and also look here across parts of north central Minnesota, getting into northern Wisconsin here, you guys. This heavy showers and thunderstorms will be ongoing as we head into the overnight hours for you guys. We head on to convective outlook day 2, which will be for you guys Thursday. And let's see. And as you can see here, we have chance for severe storms littered all over the map again, you guys. We have a slight risk here across parts of South Carolina and North Carolina. Another slight risk across the Ohio Valley, which does include Indiana, northern Kentucky, Ohio, and extreme parts of southeast Michigan. And another area of slight risk here across parts of northern Oklahoma, Kansas area, I said the Kansas area. Central and southwest Kansas here, even extreme southeast parts of Colorado could see that slight risk for severe weather tomorrow. And as we check to see what those storms are going to be up to, we do have a 2% chance of tornadoes here across parts of extreme southeast Colorado, and yet again across the around the Detroit area. You guys, we could see a few tornadoes here for your Thursday. As we go into the hail probability, a 15% chance of that hail pushing 1 to 1.5 inch in diameter, mainly across eastern Colorado, getting into parts of extreme northeast New Mexico, you guys, and a 5% chance of that hail goes across the marginal risk up into parts of the Ohio Valley and Great Lakes. We go to the wind probability across each one of the slight risk areas. Those winds could be pushing 50 to 60, gusting to 70, maybe even as high as 80. No significant tornadoes, no significant hail, and no significant. Hold on, you guys. We do have significant wind. I was about to go too fast. For tomorrow, you guys, across parts of the Oklahoma Panhandle, extreme southwest Kansas, southeast Colorado, we do have a, a threat for significant winds, which could be pushing as high as 80 to 85 miles per hour. So we will definitely be on the lookout for that. As we continue to HRRR out through you guys Thursday, you can see here by the time we get to the afternoon, let's check and see. All right, you guys, look at the heavy cluster of showers and thunderstorms that's going to be pushing across southern Indiana, central Kentucky, heading towards Ohio. You guys, look here, even around northern Ohio, the Detroit area could have some heavy cluster of showers and thunderstorms even around the afternoon hour for you guys Thursday. As we head on to about 5, 6 in the afternoon, heading into the evening, look at the showers and thunderstorms increasing in coverage and intensity here across eastern Colorado, just to the east of Denver here. All hazards will be possible, you guys. Look, going into parts of western central Kansas here, you guys. We will definitely be on the lookout for these heavy storms. Even here across parts of northeast Arkansas could have a heavy cluster of showers and thunderstorms producing locally damaging winds and some isolated instances of hail, you guys. Up across parts of the Ohio Valley, it's starting to increase in intensity and coverage here as we head into the evening hours across Indiana, Ohio, and eastern Michigan. We have to definitely be on the lookout for these cells, and as well as for some heavy rainfall that could lead to some isolated instances of flash flooding, you guys. We head on as far out as the HRRR will take us, which is convective outlook day 3. And as we take a look at convective outlook day 3, as of right now, there's only a marginal risk of severe weather, but I'm sure by the time we actually get to Friday, convective outlook day 3, we will have a slight risk somewhere up on this map, you guys. But as of right now, for Friday, we do have a marginal risk here from extreme northeast New Mexico on up into east central Colorado, and even parts of extreme southeast Wyoming here, getting into extreme western Nebraska. You guys will definitely be on the lookout for some of that severe weather. Here again across parts of the southern plains, getting on into the mid-south, lower Mississippi Valley here, we'll have a marginal risk of severe weather. Northern Mississippi here, central northern Alabama, just about much of Georgia here, getting into parts of the Carolinas, and another marginal risk here up across parts of the mid-Atlantic, just to the south of the New York area for your Friday. So yet again, you guys, we're going to definitely be busy here at your Weather on the Fly with the severe potential and the severe thunderstorm watch advisories and everything. So if you haven't subscribed already, be sure to subscribe so you guys can stay up to date and weather aware when these advisories come out. I have them posted right here for you guys in nice and graphical animational form for you guys to enjoy while also staying up to date and weather aware. Now, as we take the HRRR off, as we've seen, as far as it will go out for us, we're going to take the convective outlook off, and now we're going to take a look at the excessive rainfall outlook, as we do have a moderate risk here across parts of extreme western Kentucky, getting into parts of northwest to north central Tennessee, or you guys around the Nashville area. Will definitely be on the lookout for some flash flooding that will most likely be likely with that moderate risk. A slight risk encompasses the outer edge of that, which does include just about from central Missouri on into just about the remainder of central Tennessee here, you guys, with a marginal risk of flash flooding possibly here across the remainder of the U.S., you guys, with a small slight risk possibly here around the Virginia Beach area. But you guys, other than that, we're just going to be looking at some isolated instances of flash flooding. As we go to excessive rainfall outlook day 2, you guys, we definitely will have a chance of a slight risk here across east central Colorado, the Texas, Oklahoma panhandle, western Kansas, and yet again a slight risk which does encompass parts of eastern Tennessee on up into western Virginia and Pennsylvania. We'll be on the lookout for some flash flooding, you guys. We go to excessive outlook day 3, and yet again, we will have a slight risk here again for extreme northeast New Mexico, and again across parts of Tennessee, you guys. We will have a slight risk for that flooding. So yet again, you guys, if you haven't done so, be sure to share, like, and subscribe so everyone can stay up to date, weather aware here at the YouTube Nation. That's going to be it for this video. Everyone be safe, be careful in this severe weather, and I will talk to you all in the next one.